Look at that thing! Big iguana ribs. We're gonna do a taste test today.
Let's catch 'em up. Woo! With Catch 'em All Fishing with Zak Catchem.
Look at this fish.
Catch 'em up.
Where'd it go? Guys, I can't see him. Guys, we're doing one last routine cleaning and maintenance and feeding the fish, make sure everyone's okay before we head out of town for a little bit. And there was a giant iguana in here. And I don't know where it went. Where'd it go? He's still in here though, Timmy, right?
I didn't see him come out.
He's underwater. Come. Look at this. Look at the size of this disgusting monster. Maybe straight up. Guys, when I tell you that thing is huge, look how big it is. Hold on. Maybe we can get it out with the net. Maybe we can get it with the net. Hold on, let me get a net. I got my Super Mario 11s, and we're about to get this thing out. Here it is. He's moving. I'm gonna get my net. Keep your eyes on him. I don't want him to cut a hole in the pond. Look at those nails. That's such a pain in the butt, dude. That thing is huge. Hold on. I have an idea. Wait, look at this. Let me kick the outside of the pond. Watch. Ready? Oh! Look at that thing! Look how big he is. Come here. I don't think he can get out on his own. Dude, we find iguanas in here all the time, but this is by far the biggest one that's been here. Look at that tilapia. Go take him out. Take his butt, tilapia. I'm gonna get a net, guys, and try to get this thing out. He's still down there?
Yeah.
All right, guys. So this is by far the biggest iguana that's ever been inside this pond. We get tons of micro iguanas, like tons of little 6 inchers. Sometimes some decent sized females, some males, whatever. But this is the biggest alpha that's ever been in the pond. I wish we got the nose dive. They would have loved that. That thing took a nose dive straight into the pool, like this was his own his own actual pool. Check him out though. He is so freaking big. All right, guys. So what we're gonna do now? You guys have seen the Luigi 11s, Super Mario Sundae. We're about to go in there and grab this thing because I don't want it to cut a hole in my pool. You know what? Since I've seen this guy around here before, we're gonna turn this iguana into iguana ribs with some Dan knows. You can't have iguanas legally now anywhere. You're supposed to kill every single one. And now, we have a good reason to take out this one. He's in here messing around with the fish. Check it out. I really can't afford to have this thing. Whoa, it's okay. It's okay, guys. You can see this film on the waters from the cat food earlier. We fed these guys, now I was gonna scrub this pond. Check them out. I have to come from the other way. Come on. Come on, right into the net. Here he comes. Come on. They do not have good vision under the water. So you guys can see this cat food film. Come on. If I poke him from behind, he should go right into the net. Should be able to scoop him. He's pretty tired. He's been going back and forth. Come on, Godzilla. Just like that. Come on. Watch out for that tail. As long as he's in the water, he'll be slowed down and not do as much damage. Stepping on my fish out here. You can't release iguanas like this. He thinks he's stuck in here. He has his knees bent. He thinks there's no way he can get out of here. I can get him out of here. Right now he's trying to hold in there. That's why he's not thrashing and going absolutely bat crazy. Come on. There you go, buddy. That's what I like to see. Look at the net. These things are insane. I have the ultimate death grip on this thing right now. When you finally grab one of these things, they completely shut down on you. You'll think they're like playing dead, because they really are. And as soon as you let this thing go, I can guarantee you will go 1,000,000 miles per hour. You will never be able to catch this thing ever again in your life. It'll dart so fast. You think they're fast in the water, they're so fast on land. They go right up the trees, and it's insane. So we do not want to let this guy go or give him any type of leeway, or he will be gone. But while I'm holding him, as you guys have seen in many of my videos, once I'm holding the iguana, it's done. Once it thinks it's captured, it doesn't move. it just doesn't thrash at all. It's done. Like if you shoot it with an arrow or something like that, blow dart, it might thrash a little bit more. But once you grab them like this, they do not go crazy. They might put their hands on you and try to grab at you, but because of my net sacrificing itself for the cause, this guy has not been doing much. So we're gonna go ahead and humanely euthanize this animal and turn him into some Dano style iguana ribs. He's on the tree. He was just about in the pond, took a nice little dip, and then he's crawling up. You see him? You little weenie eater. These things are like insane. Those are iguana ribs for you. Off of a big one. Check that out. Big iguana ribs. And I prepared it for you. Didn't want to show you any of the grossness. Obviously, ribs. You guys seen ribs, cow ribs, pork ribs. You know that good stuff. Same thing. Iguana ribs. Check it out. Those are both racks or ribs right there. And they look pretty darn tootin' good. But I'm going to show you guys how to prepare them and how to make this one of the best tasting things of all time. And you can use this to your regular ribs too, and they'll be probably just as good. What you got to do first is dry off your ribs. You don't want wet ribs. I just had them soaking in that water for a while, you know, just to make sure everything was nice, since I did just harvest this animal. I don't like wasting them. Now, a lot of people take them, throw them in trash bags, put them in the garbage. I don't like wasting iguanas. That I do have to exterminate because that's the rules down here in South Florida. They are invasive and they are doing a lot of damage down here. Now that your racks of ribs are nice and dry, what I'm gonna do next is gonna blow your mind. So check this out. Little bit of Moors. I like to definitely marinate my ribs in this for actually 48 hours. But with this, I'm just gonna pour it right on top of it, and it's not gonna last very long at all. So what I'm gonna do here is just completely coat them because they're so thin. Guys, you wanna see how thin they are? That's pretty darn thin. So what I'm gonna do, just coat these guys completely. And that should be enough. I shouldn't have to marinate them forever like you have to do the ribs with the bones inside them, because these guys are so thin. So that flavor should be stuck all within them completely. Now, what I'm gonna do next is gonna blow your mind again. Don't worry, we'll get to the Dano soon. This stuff is A1 day one, but we're gonna do two separate racks. One with the original, one with the spicy. 2 racks of ribs. Okay, anyway, next up is the mayonnaise. Check this out. Mayonnaise, gonna completely cover that on both sides. Right in that same plate. No big deal. I know you might be like, ew, I don't like mayonnaise, but guess what? You're not gonna taste it once you cook it on the ribs. Check this out. Just gonna smother it on down with the mayonnaise. You can use a spoon, you can use anything, but I'm just gonna cover this up with the mayo. Now, like I said, you can use this recipe on regular ribs and it will come out just as good. It just makes ribs amazing, just like that heavy whipped cream does to the fish. Now, you're already looking at it like, oh my gosh, this actually does look like something I might eat. And if you're not looking at it like that, just wait till the next step. You already know what time it is. It's Dano's time. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another plate, guys. 2 plates, actually. I'm gonna do one with the spicy and one with the original, guys. 2 racks of ribs, 2 separate spices. One at a time. Gonna put it right down here. Oh yeah. And do the old switcheroo. 1 and done. Now I'm done with this plate. We're good to go. Now we just gotta season it with the dry rub. Medium, triple medium. Gotcha, perfect. That's gonna get nice and hot very quickly, and then we're gonna throw half of a stick of butter on that bad boy. Might as well throw it right then and there, because that'll just nicely melt while we're doing our thing. Take your time, buddy, take your time. Now for the taste test between the original and the spicy. Now you guys know I'm a big spicy fan, but the original has been killing it recently, killing it. So what I'm gonna do, I've never made ribs with the original. I've made ribs with the spicy. The spicy is amazing, but like I said, we're gonna do a taste test today. So just gonna completely cover this with that Dano's. You can never over season with Dano's because it's low sodium. That's the thing about this. So I'm gonna lift it up, drop it down, flip it over, same thing. Boom. And we're only cooking these ribs on the frying pan because they are so paper thin. Check that out. Doesn't get thinner than that. My God. Originale. Let's check it out. Okay, ribs on the original. Iguana ribs. When I say ribs, original on the ribs. Cover it up. Flip it over. Now, you can see the difference in the spicy. This one doesn't have cayenne, I don't think. Or maybe just not as much. Doesn't make you sneeze as much, that's for sure. This guy does. So, just gonna let them sit there for a second. They're both completely coated and covered. We got original to the left. We got spicy red to the right. And these guys smell amazing. Original and spices. Now we're gonna cook them in the same pan. Check it out. Come on over here. Come on over here. Come on, keep coming. Check this out now. You can see the difference right here in the light. That butter is perfect. Go ahead and turn up the heat a little bit. Oh yeah. Okay, first original. This was the first ever Daniel's creation. Number 1. And that spicy. Sure that's all coated completely. There you go. Now, you're like, what? This is iguana, right? Because you're looking at that now and you're like, that looks like something I would eat, right? You're looking at it, look at it now. You're like, that looks like something I would definitely eat. So, be careful which restaurant you're going to because I might serve this to you at home. Check out the ribs. Zoom in to my ribs. So weird to cook ribs. Ooh, try to get me. Not today. Nice. So now we got that meaty part on both ends. Nice and sauteed. And now we're just going to leave them in there. I would bake these guys like any other ribs, but I feel like they'd be better on the pan because it's such a thin piece of meat. And these guys look great. Zoom into those things. Been flipped over on both sides. Iguana ribs. And these are about done. So let's go ahead and move on over here to somewhere where I don't have a plate. Give me 1 extra minute. Spicy. And originale. Oh my gosh. That looks amazing. Try the original first, because original was the beginning of Le Denos. Check this out. Still pretty hot. Ooh-wee. Can't even rip them apart. Ouch. Still really hot, but I can't rip them apart. That's a little bit concerning. Definitely the legs of the iguanas are pretty chewy, but I'm guessing that this is like some really elastic type of muscle in the iguanas, so I can't rip them apart, but I will one way or another. Check that out. Very elastic type meat. Super elastic, but there is meat there, and it is covered in the good stuff, so I'm gonna check it out. It's so good, but the meat is disgusting. The flavor is amazing, but the meat on the ribs of the iguana is absolutely disgusting. It's like chewing like rubber bands. Like literally, it's probably more rubbery than a rubber band itself. But like anything else, if you season it the way I season it with these Danos, if it was rocks, I would literally chew on the rocks until my teeth fell out. If you season it the way I season it today, I'm not even gonna waste my time trying the spicy, or maybe I will do it one more time. I can't. Just gonna lick the spices off because Danos is so good. I can't chew through this. It's like, it's insane. So yeah, don't go with the iguana ribs, guys. Go with the legs and with the tail. Cause I'm still chewing on this. I still haven't chewed enough to swallow it, guys. Stay tuned for the next episode. Don't make iguana ribs. It's not worth your time. Cook everything with your own ribs with the Danos the way I did it today. Low sodium, amazing. It tastes great, but the texture of these ribs on the iguana it makes you think that it's an iguana. The tail all day, the legs all day, but definitely not the ribs, guys. So yeah, guys, stay tuned to the next episode. I can't eat these because I don't know if they would pass through my digestive tract, but Danos definitely made them taste good. But like I said, they'll even make an actual rubber band taste good. So stay tuned for the next episode, guys. Give a Danos a try and let me know in the comments below what you guys want me to cook with the Danos, because it makes everything taste good, and I'm willing to try everything as long as I catch it first, guys, and catch them all.
Catch them up. Catch them up.